In the flickering shadows of early cinema, a new kind of star emerged. These starlets were dark, alluring, and utterly captivating. They weren't the sweet ingenues or the demure heroines that were portrayed on scene at the time. These were the vamps. Women who commanded the screen with their sinister, hypnotic gazes and dangerous charm, forever changing how we see female power in film. Tonight, we're pulling back the velvet curtain to explore the fascinating lives of three pioneering actresses who dared to embody this dark, seductive archetype. From the scandalous to the sublime, prepare to meet the women who first gave rise to the foreboding allure of the vamp, igniting an on-screen revolution and forever etching their mysterious beauty into cinematic history. Before she became the siren of the silver screen, the mysterious Theda Bara began life as Theodosia Goodman, born on July 29, 1885 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Named in a nod to the daughter of U.S. Vice President Aaron Burr, her heritage was a rich tapestry. Her father, Bernard Goodman, was a prosperous Jewish tailor who had emigrated from Poland, while her mother, Pauline Louise Françoise, hailed from Switzerland. They married in 1882, and Theodosia grew up with two younger siblings, Mark and Esther, affectionately known as Laurie. This seemingly ordinary background would soon be overshadowed by the extraordinary persona she would create. The Goodman family's journey led them to Avondale, a bustling Cincinnati suburb, in 1890. There, Theodosia honed her intellect at Walnut Hills High School, graduating in 1903, before furthering her education for 2 years at the University of Cincinnati. While her early acting endeavors largely unfolded in local theatrical productions, her gaze was firmly fixed on grander stages. This ambition propelled her to New York City in 1908, a pivotal year that saw her make her Broadway debut in The Devil. This move marked a crucial step in the evolution from Theodosia Goodman to the iconic persona of Theda Bara. In her nascent career, the majority of Theda Bara's films were shot along the East Coast, the then epicenter of the burgeoning film industry, primarily at Fox Studios in Fort Lee, New Jersey. During this period, she remained rooted in New York City with her family. However, the inexorable rise of Hollywood as the heart of American cinema necessitated a significant shift. Bara relocated to Los Angeles to film the monumental Cleopatra, 1917, a role that would become one of her most celebrated triumphs. While no complete prints of this epic exist today, a treasure trove of photographs of her in costume as Cleopatra beautifully preserve her iconic portrayal. Between 1915 and 1919, Bara reigned as Fox Studios' undisputed queen, captivating audiences as their biggest star. However, the relentless typecasting as a vamp grew tiresome. Craving artistic liberation, she allowed her 5-year contract with the company to expire, her final Fox film being The Lure of Ambition, 1919. In 1920, Bara briefly returned to her roots, gracing the Broadway stage in The Blue Flame. While her undeniable fame drew massive crowds to the theater, critics, unfortunately, were less charmed, savagely dissecting her stage performance. It was a clear signal that, for Theda Bara, the silver screen was where her enigmatic magic truly thrived. Without the formidable backing of Fox Studios, Bara's career momentum significantly faltered. She wouldn't grace the screen again until 1925, appearing in The Unchastened Woman for Chadwick Pictures. Her cinematic journey concluded shortly thereafter with just one more film, the short comedy Madame Mystery, 1926, directed by Stan Laurel for Hal Roach. In a fitting, self-aware finale, Bara playfully parodied her iconic vamp image, bringing her influential, yet brief, film career to a close. At the zenith of her stardom, Theda Bara commanded an astonishing $4,000 per week, an impressive sum equivalent to approximately $72,500 in 2024 dollars. Her name became synonymous with the alluring vamp, a role she embodied with such captivating power that it defined her cinematic identity. Despite her efforts to break free from this seductive archetype, by taking on more wholesome heroines in films like Under Two Flags and Her Double Life, and even portraying Juliet in a Shakespearean adaptation of Romeo and Juliet, Bara's undeniable success as the exotic, wanton woman proved too pervasive. Though she approached her craft with serious dedication, the very magnetism that made her a sensation ultimately constrained her, preventing the diverse career she perhaps truly desired. The very genesis of Theda Bara's iconic stage name is shrouded in delightful mystery. While the Guinness Book of Movie Facts and Feats suggests it was coined by director Frank Powell, who reportedly knew of Theda's relative named Baringer and her childhood nickname Theda, Hollywood's PR machine had grander, more dramatic intentions. To amplify her exotic allure for the masses, Fox studio publicists, while promoting the 1917 film Cleopatra, ingeniously pointed out that Theda Bara was an anagram of Arab death. Her press agents then spun an even more elaborate myth, falsely presenting the young Ohio native as the daughter of an Arab sheik and a French woman born in the Sahara. Such was the commitment to this crafted persona that in 1917, the entire Goodman family legally adopted the surname Bara, solidifying her transformation from Cincinnati girl to screen siren. In 1921, Bara embarked on a new chapter, marrying British-born American film director Charles Brabin. Their honeymoon took them to the Pines Hotel in Digby, Nova Scotia, Canada, a place they loved to visit. Later, they acquired a sprawling 990-acre property further down the coast in Harborville, Nova Scotia, boasting stunning views of the Bay of Fundy. Here, they built their cherished summer home, which they affectionately named Baranook. The couple had no children. Beyond her Canadian retreat, Bara also maintained a beloved villa-style home in her native Cincinnati, often enjoying extended stays there. This historic residence was later acquired by Xavier University, serving first as a residence for nuns and subsequently as an honors villa for students. Sadly, the house was demolished in July 2011, erasing a tangible link to the enigmatic star's personal life. In 1936, Bara made a notable appearance on Lux Radio Theatre, participating in a broadcast of The Thin Man, alongside William Powell and Myrna Loy. While she didn't act in the play itself, she used the platform to announce her intentions for a grand cinematic comeback, a return that, sadly, never materialized. Her voice graced the airwaves once more in 1939, this time as a guest on Texaco Star Theater. These brief radio appearances offered fleeting glimpses of a star who once commanded the silent screen, hinting at a resurgence that remained just beyond her grasp. In 1949, there was a flicker of hope for Theda Bara's enduring legacy to return to the silver screen. Producer Buddy DeSilva and Columbia Pictures expressed genuine interest in bringing her fascinating life story to film, even eyeing Betty Hutton for the starring role. Yet, despite this promising prospect, the project ultimately never materialized, leaving the cinematic telling of the original Vamps' life untold. On April 7, 1955, after a prolonged period of care at the California Lutheran Hospital in Los Angeles, Theda Bara, the iconic vamp of the silent screen, passed away from stomach cancer. She was 69 years old. She was survived by her devoted husband, her mother, and her beloved younger sister, Lori. Her cremation took place at the Chapel of the Pines, though some historical accounts vary on this detail. Her ashes, interred under the name Theda Bara Brabin, found their eternal repose at Forest Lawn Memorial Park Cemetery in Glendale, California, in the Great Mausoleum, Columbarium of Memory, niche 19565. In a final act of generosity, Bara left bequests of $100,000 to her sister, $8,000 to her husband, and $1,000 to her sister-in-law, a testament to the personal connections she cherished away from the glare of the spotlight. Theda Bara holds a distinguished place in cinematic history, frequently hailed as the first true sex symbol of the film era. Her profound contributions to the burgeoning film industry were immortalized in 1960 with the dedication of a motion picture star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her star, located at 6307 Hollywood Boulevard, continues to captivate, even making an appearance in the film Maxine, a testament to her lasting allure. Bara, paradoxically, never uttered a word in a sound film, a silence amplified by the unfortunate fate of much of her work. A devastating fire in 1937 at Fox's nitrate film storage vaults in New Jersey tragically consumed most of the studio's silent film archives. Between 1914 and 1926, Bara starred in over 40 films, yet remarkably, complete prints of only 6 survive today. Beyond these few complete features, fragments of her other works offer tantalizing glimpses into her lost performances. These include less than a minute of footage from Cleopatra, a clip believed to be from the soul of Buddha, and other unidentified snippets featured in the 2001 documentary, Theda Bara by William Fox. Most of these precious fragments can also be seen in the 2006 documentary, The Woman with the Hungry Eyes. Additional behind-the-scenes footage, potentially from The Lure of Ambition, based on her hairstyle, has also surfaced, though its origin remains unconfirmed. In a testament to ongoing discovery, small fragments from Salome were unearthed in 2021 by an intern at Filmoteca Española, and, astonishingly, more footage from Cleopatra was found in 2023 within a toy projector purchased on eBay. These rare discoveries offer a bittersweet window into the vast body of work of an iconic star, much of which remains lost to time. Theda Bara's captivating portrayal of Vamps, calculating, cold-hearted women, drew strong reactions from critics. Yet, rather than condemning her, many argued that her characters served a crucial moral purpose, acting as cautionary tales for men. Bara herself embraced this perspective, famously retorting, "I will continue doing vampires as long as people sin." It was a bold statement, transforming what some saw as scandal into a form of stark societal commentary. Bara's indelible mark on cinema continues to be recognized. In 1994, her captivating image was immortalized on a U.S. postage stamp, beautifully designed by caricaturist Al Hirschfeld. Further solidifying her legacy, the Fort Lee Film Commission honored her in May 2006 by dedicating the intersection at Linwood Avenue and Main Street in Fort Lee, New Jersey, as Theda Bara Way. This thoughtful tribute acknowledges the very location where she filmed many of her iconic movies, at the Fox studio. Over several years, dedicated filmmaker and historian Philip Dye embarked on an ambitious project, reconstructing Theda Bara's lost epic, Cleopatra, on video. His full-length feature, aptly titled Lost Cleopatra, was meticulously crafted by weaving together production still picture montages with the few surviving film clips. The narrative was meticulously pieced together from the original scenario, further refined by extensive research into censorship reports, contemporary film reviews, and synopses from period magazines. Dye triumphantly screened this remarkable reconstruction at the Hollywood Heritage Museum on February 8, 2017, offering modern audiences a rare glimpse into a cinematic treasure thought forever lost. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Dorothy Tree was the eldest of three daughters born to Herman Treibitz and Bertha Hurt. Her parents, both born in Austria, embarked on a journey to the United States, bringing with them their native Yiddish tongue. Her father Herman carved out a living, first as a shoe store proprietor in Brooklyn, before expanding his business to wholesale shoe sales. This humble immigrant background laid the foundation for the remarkable life Dorothy Tree would eventually lead. Dorothy Tree's artistic ambitions appealed to her early. After 2 years at Cornell University, she boldly left her studies to chase a career in the performing arts. Adopting the stage name Dorothy Tree, she launched her acting journey in 1926, gracing the theatrical stage. Her impressive Broadway resume quickly grew to include roles in notable productions such as Bright Honor, 1936, Clear All Wires, 1932, The Merchant of Venice, 1930, Holiday, 1928, The Marquise, 1927, and The Triumphant Bachelor, 1927, solidifying her presence in New York's vibrant theater scene. Dorothy Tree's cinematic journey began subtly, with an uncredited debut as a department store employee in the 1927 silent romantic comedy, It, starring screen icon Clara Bow and Antonio Moreno. Her next roles, however, etched her into horror history. She chillingly portrayed a wife of Bela Lugosi's Dracula in the seminal 1931 film. Fascinatingly, Tree also appeared as a bride of Dracula in the Spanish-language version of the same title, a production famously shot at night on the very same Universal sets, with a different cast. These early roles showcased her captivating presence, even in the shadows of the macabre. Dorothy Tree truly commanded attention as a formidable feminine menace on screen. She captivated audiences as the cunning hairdresser spy, Hilda Kleinhauer, in the Warner Brothers drama Confessions of a Nazi Spy, 1939, a film starring Edward G. Robinson that earned the prestigious National Board of Review Award for Best Film, English Language. Her compelling performance in Confessions of a Nazi Spy swiftly led to another significant role, Rennie Vonnegut, the mastermind behind a spy ring, attempting to steal cutting-edge technology in Paramount's sci-fi drama, Television Spy, 1939. Her talent was further recognized when RKO signed her to portray the crucial role of Elizabeth Edwards, Mary Todd Lincoln's sister, in Abe Lincoln in Illinois, 1940, starring Raymond Massey. Tree was quickly solidifying her reputation for intense, memorable performances. Dorothy Tree's versatility shone through in a range of compelling film portrayals. She embodied Martha Rockney, the mother of the legendary football coach, in Warner Brothers' biopic, Newt Rockne, All-American, a role that showcased her grounding presence. In MGM's classic film noir crime drama, The Asphalt Jungle, Tree delivered a nuanced performance as May Emmerich. Her character was the profoundly ingenuous, frustrated, and bedridden wife of Alonzo Emmerich, played by Louis Calhern, a crooked lawyer and double-crosser. Despite Alonzo's genuine affection for May, he was entangled in an adulterous affair with a character brought to life by Marilyn Monroe, adding layers of complexity to Tree's role in this gritty masterpiece. Dorothy Tree continued to grace both the small and large screens in her later career. She appeared as Aunt Martha Dale in Minor Incident, a compelling teleplay from the live television anthology series The Silver Theater, 1950. Her final cinematic role saw her as Marie Elsner in Columbia's crime drama The Family Secret, 1951, where she shared the screen with John Derek and Lee J. Cobb. These performances marked the concluding chapters of her diverse acting journey. "1952 cast a dark shadow over Dorothy Tree's career and personal life. She, along with her husband, Michael Uris, found themselves unjustly branded as communists and subsequently blacklisted within Hollywood, a devastating consequence of testimony given by playwright/screenwriter Bernard C. Schoenfeld before the House Un-American Activities Committee. Despite this professional peril, Tree courageously stood by her convictions, publicly endorsing Adlai Stevenson in the 1952 presidential election that very same year. Her actions during this turbulent period underscored her unwavering principles in the face of widespread McCarthyism. After the Hollywood blacklist curtailed her acting career, Dorothy Tree embarked on a remarkable second act, transitioning into a distinguished career as a voice and diction teacher in New York. Specializing in singing in English, she shared her expertise at prestigious institutions like the Metropolitan Opera and the Man's College of Music, also teaching at the Manhattan School of Music under her married name, Dorothy Uris. She famously quipped, "I left Dorothy Tree in Hollywood," a poignant declaration of her deliberate shift from the glare of the silver screen to the dedicated pursuit of education. Dorothy Tree's commitment to vocal clarity extended far beyond the classroom. On November 4, 1956, the New York Times published an article penned by Uris herself, championing the importance of good diction in English singing to enhance a listener's comprehension. Her expertise blossomed into a prolific writing career, resulting in 4 acclaimed books. On June 8, 1928, in Manhattan, New York, Dorothy Tree married screenwriter and story editor Michael Uris. Their enduring union brought them one son, Joseph, born October 25, 1943. Dorothy Tree Uris passed away at the age of 85 from heart failure at the Actors Fund of America nursing home in Englewood, New Jersey. She was laid to rest at Brookside Cemetery in Englewood, New Jersey. Her life, marked by both the bright lights of Hollywood and the quiet dedication of an educator, concluded peacefully. Born Jean Roques in Paris, France, on February 23, 1889, Musidora's artistic destiny was seemingly predestined. Her father, Jacques Roques, was a music composer and a theorist of socialism, while her mother, Adèle Clemence Porcher, was a painter and a fervent feminist. Musidora embraced the arts from an exceptionally young age, penning her first novel at just 15. She quickly found her calling on the stage, performing alongside luminaries like Colette, who would become a lifelong friend. In the nascent years of French cinema, Musidora forged a significant professional collaboration with the highly successful director Louis Feuillade. Her film debut arrived in January 1914 with Les Miserables, directed by Raphael Clamart. This groundbreaking film not only highlighted the struggles of urban working-class women in France, but also offered a revolutionary portrayal of the female experience, even for the progressive working-class movement of the early 20th century. Adopting the evocative name Musidora, a tribute to Théophile Gautier's heroine Infortunio and meaning gift of the muses, Jean Roques cultivated a distinctive vamp image. This captivating persona, developed concurrently with Theda Bara's rise in America, swiftly propelled her to prominence in the emerging film landscape. Characterized by her heavily rimmed dark eyes, subtle yet alluring makeup, alabaster skin, and opulent costumes, Musidora swiftly ascended to become a celebrated and unmistakable figure in European cinema. Her striking visual presence transcended national borders, making her an instantly recognizable icon across the continent. Beginning in 1915, Musidora cemented her legendary status in Louis Feuillade's groundbreaking serial, Les Vampires. She embodied the unforgettable Irma Vep, an anagram of vampire, a captivating cabaret singer and the enigmatic muse to a secret criminal society. Opposite Edouard Matthias' crusading journalist Philippe Garand, Musidora's Vep was a force to be reckoned with. Despite its title, Les Vampires was not about supernatural beings, but a thrilling saga of a criminal gang inspired by the real-life exploits of the infamous Bonneau gang. Irma Vep wasn't just a central figure in the gang's elaborate schemes. She even spent 2 compelling episodes under the hypnotic thrall of Moreno, a rival criminal who seduced her and compelled her to assassinate the Grand Vampire. This complex and daring role solidified Musidora's place as an icon of early cinematic villainy. Being roughly 7 hours long, it is considered one of the longest films ever made. Les Vampires was an immediate sensation, captivating French audiences through its 10 installments until 1916. Following this monumental success, Musidora continued her collaboration with Feuillade, starring as the resourceful adventuress Diana Monti, also known as the governess Marie Verdier, in Judex. This equally popular serial was filmed in 1916, but due to wartime delays, its release was postponed until 1917. Musidora's command of these thrilling episodic narratives solidified her status as a reigning star of French movies. Though never intended as such, Les Vampires and Judex transcended their serial origins to become accidental touchstones of cinematic art. In the 1920s, figures like Louis Aragon and André Breton lauded these films for their surprising elements of fantasy, science fiction, unexpected juxtapositions, and striking visual non-sequiturs. Their profound impact extends through generations of filmmakers. Visionary directors including Fritz Lang, Louis Buñuel, Georges Franju, Alain Resnais, and Olivier Assayas have all explicitly cited Les Vampires and Judex as pivotal influences that ignited their own desires to create cinema. These seemingly humble serials cemented Musidora's legacy not just as a star, but as an integral part of film's avant-garde evolution. At a time when women in the burgeoning film industry were largely confined to roles in front of the camera, Musidora carved out a remarkable path as a producer and director. Under the mentorship of Louis Feuillade, she expanded her artistic influence behind the scenes. Between the late 1910s and early 1920s, Musidora helmed 10 films, a testament to her creative drive. Sadly, most of these works are now lost to time, with only 2 surviving, Soleil et Ombre, 1922, and La Terra de Toros, 1924, both of which were filmed in Spain. Her international ventures included producing and directing La Flamme Cachée in Italy, a project based on the work of her lifelong friend, Colette. In the same year, she further collaborated with Colette, co-writing and co-directing La Vagabonde, an adaptation of Colette's novel. Musidora's work as a filmmaker stands as a powerful example of early female agency in cinema. On April 20th, 1927, Musidora entered a new phase of her life, marrying Dr. Clement Marot. Their union spanned 15 years and brought them one child, Clement Marot Jr. The couple's journey together concluded with their divorce in 1944. As the lights dimmed on her acting career, Musidora gracefully shifted her focus to writing and producing. Her final cinematic endeavor was a heartfelt homage to her mentor, Louis Feuillade, La Magique Image, 1950, a film she both directed and starred in. In her later years, a poignant scene unfolded at the Cinémathèque Française, where Musidora would occasionally work in the ticket booth. Few of the patrons, clutching their tickets, ever realized that the unassuming older woman in the foyer might be the very star gracing the screen they were about to watch. Musidora's remarkable life came to an end in Paris, France, in 1957. She was laid to rest in the tranquil Cimetière de Bois-le-Roi, a peaceful conclusion for a woman who so powerfully defined the early cinematic imagination. Thanks so much for tuning into today's video. I post new videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell to catch every episode where we dive into the celebrity afterlife.